All right, there we are. We are officially recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Under the Mask. It's your boy Shadow, and
Casually cosplay.
yeah, that's right. We're back, and it is officially, as of today, 1 week away from WrestleMania. Oh, I'm
One
sorry,
week
post.
after.
Yeah, 1 week after. Yeah, here we go. 1 week after WrestleMania, and a lot has happened at Mania and after. And the after is both cool and also saddening, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But um, we will talk about Mania and to some of the matches and just give highlights and general thoughts because we had a good time. We were over at the home. Shout out to the homie Phil, aka Tennessee Ghostbusters, all the crew that came. Both nights we were out at his house watching Mania, laughing, having a good time, joking on each other. It was a good wrestling watch party night that we always have, and it's
Absolutely.
always fun.
Yeah.
And I
Phil's
think the
house
next
is
one,
the best for that kind of stuff too.
oh yeah, I think next one we'll do is like what SummerSlam or whatever. So
Probably.
yeah, but yeah. Speaking of which, that's gonna be 2 nights. That's gonna be fun eventually. How do you feel about the whole 2 night SummerSlam now, real quick?
I'm okay with extending things to 2 nights. Like as long as it means we get good matches. We'll get into it when we talk about Mania and everything. I felt a lot of the matches were rushed to give certain matches
Oh
way
man,
longer, but also they were very rushed because of nothing but commercials. And that's not on
and
WWE, that's on TKO. But we could get to that in a bit.
yeah,
But as for any future PLEs and getting 2 nights, fine by me. As long as it means we get good matches and more of the talent gets shown.
yes, man. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. WrestleMania 42, night one came Saturday 18th, April 18th, and the reaction from a lot of us in our watch party, and even a lot of ones that were there at Mania, were kind of mixed. And I
Yeah.
mean, let's just hop right into it. So
First hour was
we'll
on
go.
ESPN two, which
Yeah,
is a
that's right. The
first.
first hours.
That was a first.
Yeah, first hour was on ESPN. I think that definitely had a bit to do with it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that
So was
experiment
that
kind
the
of.
unsanctioned match first or the six tag team? I always forget.
So that was so going in order. From the beginning, we had the 6-man tag team match: the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, versus and I Show Speed. I Show Speed giving his first ever WrestleMania match, and honestly, it was really a lot of fun.
It was. It was one of the more
Definitely,
fun matches of the entire
yeah,
night.
definitely something that would be useful to have your hour long show, like your free hour, be seen. That that's a match that you open the show with, and you show what they want to keep saying. So I understand why they made that first. Um, so it was short. I don't necessarily think this one was on the whole commercials thing. I think there was a kind of a botch a little bit on
Not just the botch. I feel like
uh
this one, it didn't need to be as long as it could have been. I'm
no.
glad it
Yeah,
ended
right.
when it
It could have been
did.
long, yeah.
It
Yeah,
was,
it definitely could have been longer.
yeah, and I'm glad they cut it when they did. Of like, look, this is what we're doing. This is the whole point we're getting across. Speed's gonna turn on you guys. Uso wins. Usos and LA Knight wins. Like it
Yeah.
worked perfectly. And then they beat up Speed, and then Usos and LA Knight go, no, 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 come here. They pick him up and go, you're gonna jump on Logan Paul now.
That such a amazing way to keep his jump off the thing to the table moment, but have it
Yeah,
reversed because usually it's always Logan Paul having the high flying moment. He hits the camera phone, or he hits the drone, hits a splash. Ah, ooh, moment. But I'm glad they actually gave it to Speed this time. I'm sure
yeah,
Logan had a big hand in that. Again, can't stand him, but he
same.
is he he
I
is a
hate to admit it, he's
genuinely
good.
he's genuinely very good when it comes to the ring and
Yeah.
knowing how to work. So I will give him that. Um, so yeah, that match opened up the show. A good start, especially with it being the free hour, and then you go right into the second match for the free hour, which
Is
was
an
I
unsanctioned
believe,
match.
yeah, I believe this was definitely the one they wanted to use to draw everyone in to keep like, okay, cool, I, I'm watching this free hour. I want to keep watching. How do I do that? Oh, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. Hoo ha ha! Let me go buy this real quick. I feel like that this was the match that cemented. Okay, let me go buy this sub real quick because you had this unsanctioned match with Drew and Jacob. They both came out great. Shout out to Jacob, his first WrestleMania. Uh, wow, it's crazy. 2 years, and this is the first
Yeah.
time we've got Jacob on WrestleMania. It's crazy, but he
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't even because it's unsanctioned. There was no, I mean, a referee was only there to just be like 1, 2, 3. They were not liable for anything that happened, and they used that to the fullest extent of the law, which there was no law. And Jacob said, "I am letting you finish your intro, mop," and they got the thing started. I loved it. It was great. It was so much fun to see him, both of them, honestly, just go back and forth. Drew got his at this point, it's his standard mania moment now. Like he'll text I'm bored at work, or this time he actually FaceTimes and recorded a video. And then he ended up using the phone to hit Jacob. That was hilarious to me.
that was absolutely. Did you see the video get posted?
I did. It's so good,
The best was
so good.
the video when it got posted. They snipped it down, but like then I think Drew released the whole thing, and you can actually see like the camera shake when he hits Jacob with it.
No man, that was a fun, brutal
It was
match. I mean,
fun. I have one gripe about it. I
yeah, go ahead.
understand this was for the general public. They put it on ESPN too, so that way everybody can watch. My thing is that it's unsanctioned. You'd think that means blood is coming. Whether that means like if it's a small amount or a lot, who cares? I understand that they were trying to save blood, color blood for later in the night, which we'll get to, but I mean, does it really matter if you get blood more than once in WrestleMania? Like, are families gonna turn off because of that? Are sponsors gonna shut it off? Like, don't get me wrong, blading has been frowned upon, made like um, the ruling of like don't do it kind of thing, which is why you see a lot of the wrestlers like Cody, for example, take it the hard way and lean into the hits. They lean
Yeah,
into taking the belt to the face, that kind of thing. Um, but I mean, it's ESPN too. And I understand that's the general public. You could get some people that are like, oh, this is too graphic. You have UFC fights that are the lightweight and like the mid card and everything before they go to ESPN Plus on ESPN and ESPN2. So I don't get
yeah,
how like that just doesn't get, yeah. It should have been as a unsanctioned match. I thought it was great. I could have done with some color if they chose to do it, or if it
yeah.
happened,
No,
accidentally. Great.
oh, I definitely agree. I just feel like the putting it on the first hour hindered that, but they gave us what they could, and what they did give us was awesome, and giving us Jacob Fatu's first WrestleMania win, cementing him as a truly rising star. Who, yeah, even though Backlash might not go his way, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I love that for Jacob. I'm excited to see what they do with him with the next. I mean, we're 2 years in. Let's see what the next
Yeah,
3 years after a full 5 years of where he's going to be at. I definitely see more championships coming his way soon.
I think so
Speaking
too.
of
I don't
champ,
know. I don't know if come this week if it means that kind of championship or if it means going for a mid card.
we'll just have to wait and see. Honestly, it's so soon because
Yeah,
Roman just got his title. I don't see him dropping it anytime soon. Now, if he's going to work the summer like he said he would, um, he's definitely going to have some matches. I doubt he'll have many on the actual main show, um, like any title matches anyway. So we'll just have to wait and see what the summer of Reigns is going to actually be about. But speaking
Look,
of championships,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
I will get to that in night two and everything as well as this week, but I'm sorry. You said it, Summer of Reigns. I'll hold my breath. I don't get me wrong. I respect Roman as a wrestler. I respect his word, but I don't know if I believe his word. I don't acknowledge him. I'm sorry. I just was never a Roman fan. I thought he was pushed so quickly as like this next big thing. He wasn't even the one to take, the Undertaker streak. I know a lot of people said that like he should have been to put him over the brink of like this is the next big thing. Sure. I mean, my other choice would have been Bray Wyatt, but like I don't know, man. He all he does is disappear for months and then comes back, and everybody's like, "We love you, Roman." I'm like, really? This is what we're at? Like, this man took your money and ran away.
Well, I think he himself definitely wants to address that, which is why he made that whole big promise. If he
Right.
does it, then he's actually addressing the actual fans. If he actually follows through and doesn't do it, then we know he's full of crap. So, which I
We shall
mean,
see.
yeah, we shall see. But going into the next match,
Yes.
championship match, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Fatal 4-Way match. We had of course, the
The
Friends
shock of
BFF
the night.
forever. Yeah, so we had Charlotte, Alexa. They came out. Shout out to Alexa with a beautiful tribute to Bray. They both had moth themed outfits,
Or
but
Firefly, kind
whereas
of.
yeah,
Butterfly
yeah,
and
so
Firefly.
yeah, so whereas Charlotte had more butterfly and more color, Alexa came out in a Firefly slash moth inspired outfit, and it was a beautiful tribute to Bray. Um, I hope they do something more with that, but if it was
I'm
just for that
hoping so
night,
too.
then that was definitely a beautiful tribute.
I
Again,
think on the back, what did it say? It
RP.
was always connected?
Yeah, well,
Always something. I think it was always connected.
yeah, it was. It was beautiful, man. Beautiful tribute. So they came out. Then you had Bailey and Lyra. They came out to their thing. Then we had champions come out. Lash and Naya. They came out in demolition inspired gear,
Which
which of
was
course
very cool.
they were honored the night before at the Hall of Fame, the very long Hall of Fame that I fell asleep on. Uh, but and then of course the Bella twins come out. Now we knew or kind of figured that she wasn't going to be cleared. Nikki was not going to be fully cleared. Is it Nikki?
I was
It's
hoping she
Nikki,
would
right?
be.
Yeah, I was hoping she would be too because it would be nice to have both of them have the title. But in lieu of Nikki, they called in an old friend, which was spoiled the night before, and she's very upset about that. But Paige is back in WWE. That's right, Saraya, whatever you want to call her, outside is now come back home to WWE as Paige once again, and they gave it a freaking
I'm
championship. She
shocked.
won that night with Brie.
I'm very
Uh,
shocked. I mean,
yeah, that
did this need to be a fatal four way? No, it could have been a triple threat tag team match. They could have done it that
they
way and just
they could
taken the
have.
Bella twins out and then save the page for Mania Monday after Mania. But I mean, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I like that she's back. I'm very happy she's back.
Yeah,
With the way Mania played out, I understand why they put her in because
yeah,
the next match we'll get into is what I could have seen her going into as a feud. However, it didn't work out. It didn't end the way I thought it would. I
yeah.
mean, we can.
Uh,
I guess. Do you want to just talk about both matches and combine them at that point?
Might as well. So
All right.
and so I will say this before you go into the other one. I legit thought with the way things were building up that we were going to get two options, which is either going to be the Bellas winning or they were finally going to give Bailey and Lyra the championship because
That's what I thought.
Bailey has been missing gold for a minute, and you notice we were all joking and jiving, but she walked away. She barely even acknowledged Lyra. Like she was just utterly pissed that she walked away. Like she's
I
just
don't blame
so
her. I
mad,
really
which
don't
I
blame her.
absolutely understand. I would absolutely
Bailey, look,
understand.
I love Bailey. Bailey is a hard worker and a dedicated worker. She's come out and said, "I'll do anything this company wants me to do. Put me like a romance story with another wrestler. Put me in a tag team with Lyra. Put me in main event. Like I don't care. I'll do it. I want to do something." And they just barely use her. Thank God, she's still with the company.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, what the hell are we doing with Bailey?
Well, so it might lead into something later down the line, if things go well, how we would like them to, but with the way things are going right now, anything at this point is possible. Like
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Going into that, adding on to this match because what he wanted to mention about the possible feud that could have happened. But after the tag team match, we had the women's intercontinental championship match, AJ versus Becky. A lot of shenanigans
solid match.
happened the whole match.
Solid match.
Fun, yeah, fun shenanigans. Um, Definitely with the referee being Jessica Carr. Like at this point, I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger reaction from Becky seeing Jessica. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Because she's been going. Now I will say her offline work, like her off
Oh
show
yeah.
work, all online. Becky
Tweeting at
has
each
been
other.
on. Becky
Yeah.
been on 20, and I love that she keeps to play the
Going up to
character. She never breaks
Danhausen. Here's some
kayfabe.
money. Go curse
Yeah,
just
no,
Jessica Carr for me.
she plays her role and her
Oh,
kayfabe so
perfectly.
well, and it definitely added to the weight of this match and all the shenanigans that happened. Um, Long story short, AJ did not walk out as retaining the championship, went back to Becky, which makes her what now a 3 or 2 time?
Oh god, you're
Is it 3
gonna
time?
yes, 3 time because she took it from Lyra,
Holy!
right? I think she took
Then
it from Lyra. Then
took it from
AJ won
Lyra,
it.
lost it. No, she lost it to Maxine.
That's it. And then she won it
Took it,
back.
took it back, and then wow, yeah,
Yeah, this is the
Becky,
third time now. Yeah.
Becky's a 3 time Intercontinental Champion, and that title just came last year.
Yep.
Like what?
Yeah.
So
See,
that is, I
my
mean,
thing is I like what is Becky like, don't get me wrong. Love Becky as well. My whole idea for this whole feud that I was pitching to you was that Becky doesn't need another intercontinental championship run. What is she going to do that she hasn't done already? So like keep it with AJ. You build that legacy of hey, the intercontinental champions like the men's intercontinental championship. It's the workers, it's the workers belt. So
yeah,
you have AJ show up more frequently. I know it seems like she's taken a step back since Mania. She kind of made a post I saw about like see you when I see you kind of thing.
yeah.
So, so I don't know what that means. I know she's a part timer, but still, like I'm afraid to think that that means that's the last time we saw her. I doubt it, but still.
I doubt it. Yeah,
But
I,
I would have kept the belt on AJ. You make it maybe if she really wanted a break, which by all means, tell us you want a break. Then like okay, then we'll set up a story where like Paige shows back up on the Monday night after Mania, um, and challenges AJ. Maybe it's even that night, and she loses it to Paige. Because then you're building more of the legends taking the belt.
yeah.
All of the old school divas getting the Intercontinental Championship as superstars now, and then you can pass it on to the next generation.
That I mean, that definitely will be interesting to see, and who knows, we might get something akin to that. Um, I don't foresee Becky holding on to that title for long, but who takes it is right now anybody's guess.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll keep the feud with them going. So we'll see where AJ goes. I'm sure here her and Punk right now both lost their titles in the same weekend. They're definitely taking a very slight break, not long,
Mm-hmm.
slight, because of what Cody is offering to Punk, but we'll get to that later. Um,
We
but yeah,
also
both
had
matches were
was it AJ made a post at Roxanne saying I think she called her daughter it was
yeah.
just like go get her or something like that, basically saying like hey Roxy step up and go
Hey,
get the belt from Becky.
honestly, I will be a-okay with that. I miss Roxy having gold, and I definitely think if they keep Judgment Day going for a little bit longer, which I think they are, um, then having her add some gold along with Liv's gold will definitely lead to the more feud thing with Raquel if they're going to go that route because Raquel was supposed to beat Vicaire, but
Yeah.
that never happened and all that
I'm
stuff.
still
So
dying for Judgment Day to break up. I'm sorry. I love him,
it's
but it's
it's
been going on for
coming.
too long.
It's coming. It's definitely coming. Like something is coming. Obviously, Finn leaving is the first step to it. But if they're still going to go for a while for like the rest of the half of the year, put some gold on Roxy and show her doing more because she was so dominant in NXT and she
Yeah.
just came back off of an injury. I need to see her doing and honestly her feuding with Becky will be kind of fun because it'd be like a uh little miniature thing of something they did a little bit in NXT. But yeah,
True.
so and both matches, great matches. The women put in work like they have been doing. Um, it's been great all around. Going into the next match, which is just another slobber knocker drag out fight. We had Gunter and Rollins, and this
AKA
match
the match
didn't.
of, oh, I'm hurt. Wait, no, I'm not. Now go fight
Yeah,
Seth instead.
yeah. This one was the most unexpected match, but also the most predictable match because
Yeah.
it came 2 weeks of a slight feud build up, and then here's the match. Originally, we know this match was supposed to be Seth versus Braun. Braun was injured and out longer than Seth was because both got injured around the same time.
He had
Um,
I think it was
and
a hernia, if not a hiatal hernia.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know it was a
And
massive
so
hernia. I don't know if it was hiatal. Hiatal is
yeah,
pretty bad. But it
yeah,
was
yeah.
a pretty bad hernia. I don't know exactly which one, but it was a pretty bad hernia to the point where, from my understanding, what I was reading was that um, hernia was taken care of. Obviously has to rest and rehab and everything. He was ready to go. He was medically cleared weeks, like I'm talking weeks ago. And
Yeah.
WWE felt, we don't want to rush this story. So let's put Seth in a different match. And what happened?
Oh,
Exactly what I called weeks ago talking to you. I said, this match isn't going to have a winner. I mean, it
no,
did have a winner, but I
it
was like,
wasn't
this
clean.
match, yeah. But I'm like, this match isn't going to have a winner. Braun Breaker is going to come out and have a DQ. That was my initial prediction.
Oh yeah,
And
it
it
was
wasn't a
because it
DQ,
was so
but
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so obvious that Braun was going to come back. Obviously not both Brauns. Braun came back. Bronson Reed is still out.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, it was obvious that Braun was going to come back and do something with the match. Surprising it didn't lead to a full on DQ, but then again, the match didn't really start out like a traditional match. Like as soon as Gunter came out,
Yeah.
Rollins just on 10, just hit him with the elbows, and then they finally got the match started. And honestly, Gunter was giving Seth work, and Seth was giving Rollins work. It was honestly a solid match.
I was
And we haven't even
dying laughing with you when every time Seth just tried slap. All right, now slap me. No, I'm just gonna beat the
no.
crap out of you.
Yeah, no, it was definitely it was a fun match. Solid work. I mean, obviously we know Seth does great work. He definitely hitting some of his moves that hitting them on a very tall and big Gunter
Yes.
like that. Uh, Kudos to Seth for always doing what he does, which is the absolute best. Um, then of course out of nowhere here comes Braun, and the first spear out of nowhere, cool,
Solid.
got him. Solid spear. Obviously, can't go directly to the middle like a real one because he would have broken him in
Yes.
half. Um, which is the whole point or whatever. But this injured him enough. Gunter gets the win. Obviously, not clean, so he can't really say he truly beat Seth clean because he had some sort of invention. Now, the whole point of Gunter's part in this match was for him to get a favor from Paul Heyman. Now, we
All of
all
that is
initially
changing.
thought, yeah, we all initially thought that was going to lead to a retirement match for him versus Brock Lesnar. We're going to get into that more in night two. Um, but that being said, after the match was done, Gunter walks out. Heyman hugs Braun. Braun turns around and sees a limping Seth coming to the ramp, and he's like, you know what? It's WrestleMania. My first,
75
my
yards.
first one at that point. And he just hits that bolt going. How fast
75
was it?
yards.
How fast was it? 75-yard run. This man thought he was back on
He
the freaking
ran
football field.
75% of a football field.
Yeah. He thought he was back in his football days,
He's
and
like, oh, you want to punt the ball to me? Cool.
yeah.
If I saw that running at me, I'm good. I'm
I'm done.
good.
He
I'm gonna lay down now.
he struck Seth so hard. What happened? Because we've seen him do this before. Obviously, not as long, and honestly, nothing can beat the spear he gave to Carlito because that shit was. I
Oh,
still go back and
dude,
watch this.
that one was bad.
I still go back and watch that because they both were in the air for multiple moments. But as he hit Seth, he hit him with such force and such speed that when he was in the air and spearing him, he basically kicked Seth in like the head with the back of his shoe because that's how fast he was going. So he's not a full injury, but he slightly injured Seth.
You can see
He,
if you watch the video again too, he even
yeah,
tried to slow down. Like
he
that
tried,
man's top
didn't work.
speed is 23 miles an hour. And he
Yeah,
tried to
no,
slow down and did
it
that.
did not work. It did not work. But yeah, so that receipt will come later. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, great match. Interference we called, obviously. The matches, and this is something you'll hear us say a lot tonight. The matches themselves were great. They just weren't long enough, and we'll get into that reasoning in a little bit. Going into the next one, which definitely wasn't long enough. The women's world championship match with Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, which Liv walked out. Which that one was honestly a 50-50 toss up. We didn't know which way it was going to really go. Because either one could have kept the championship and carried it for new. But Stephanie did have a really excellent reign. She defended. She held her own against some of the best of the best. EO. Who else she go against? She did Raquel for a little bit. So she held her own for a good while. But yeah, it ended up being Liv. And I love the point of the whole build up to their feud. They were going back and forth, calling your mama this, your mama that, blah blah blah. And
Swearing in Spanish.
Stephanie's whole thing was you can never beat anybody without help. And what does Liv say at the freaking post show? She's like, and she said I could never beat anybody without help. You're right. Greatest of all time. But I was like, you know what, Liv? You know what, Liv? I love you even more now because that's
Song
hilarious.
might
She
be
said, yeah.
terrible. It's catchy, but it's terrible. But damn it, if
that
it's
song.
not a Liv thing, like it is fully like it felt like Liv.
She definitely is feeling a bit of her Britney Spears bag with that.
Mm-hmm.
This video
I think
dropped
it's now her new
days
entrance
before.
song.
It is. So that a new song, new video that you performed in your opening, in your intro for Mania. We didn't see it because we were having technical difficulties. Phil, I'm just kidding.
No,
I don't blame Phil. It wasn't Phil's fault.
that's on ESPN.
It's on ESPN. But yeah, so it was fun and the match was great. Obviously, Raquel and Roxy came out. Lord, Roxanne, the mini skirt, the fishnets. Thank you. And of course, we didn't have Booker T there, even though we would have liked him to be there. But the Las Vegas crowd did not disappoint. When the Devil's Kiss happened, they lived up to the hype and did their thing, and it was a nice even loudness for the ah. So good on you, Las Vegas. Even though y'all were kind of boring for both nights, did you notice that? There was
I
a
thought
lot
night
of
two was better.
just night two was definitely better, but that crowd was kind of
I don't know. Do you think it was?
Snoozeville for a
Do you
bit.
think it was louder this year or in Philly?
Oh, Philly was just
Really? Because
crazy.
I saw
Well,
lots of reports
some
saying that
points,
Philly was
some
quiet.
points. Philly was quiet, but I definitely feel like I don't know. I'll have to go back and look and actually
I
see. I
think
feel
it
like
was because I think Philly was quieter because it's not a dome. It's
no,
open stadium and
yeah,
it's a wider stadium from what I understand. So like the sound traveling, it's completely different.
yeah, no. It was definitely interesting to
It's
see.
also colder.
Yeah, I mean, look, Vegas Mania started in the sunlight, and both nights ended in the sunlight. There was no
Yeah.
nighttime at all because like they're what 2 hours behind us, right?
Mhm.
So like it's
So they're
like
3
8 o'clock.
hours behind Eastern time.
Yeah, so it's like 8:30 for us when it's over, and it's nighttime here. We're all going home at night, and they're crossing the interstate going back to their cars in
Yeah.
full blown daytime. It's still so it was
When I
crazy.
left Phil's
To
house, it
see,
was probably like 11:30 midnight,
yeah.
and the temperature dropped significantly. Like I was in
Oh yeah,
shorts
it
and a
did.
t-shirt when like we were watching, it was like 70
Yeah.
something, 80 something. It dropped down to the 40s. I'm like, oh God, I already know how Mania is gonna be when it's here. I'm like, they
Uh,
better
uh,
pick like later in April.
look, start. Look, have you got your your fund started now? Got a
um,
little envelope right
do
here.
I need
Start
all
for
10 fingers? Those
you
sell pretty
know
well on the
you.
black market, right?
I think you can survive with like three. I mean, we've
I
seen
gotta be
Ninja
able to
Turtles
type
do
for
them, so yeah,
work.
you can do like
So
well, you can do this like do. Also, don't forget you have to sell both your knee and shin bones. They, they take the whole leg pretty much. So yeah,
hmm,
one leg, about 5 or 10 fingers, and you
probably a
just might be
kidney.
able to get no nosebleeds. Kidney might get you lower than nosebleeds. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know because the TKO
I mean,
prices
look,
are ridiculous.
based off of what's been happening recently, hopefully that means when it comes here, it's going to be a little cheaper. Fingers crossed. Hopefully
I
the fans stick it to
I
them.
I hope so. I doubt it
I
because
know a lot of people have
they're
been saying like, I'm not buying anything from Fanatics this year. I'm not going to any shows. Like I'm saving my money, and I'm like, you know what? I don't blame you. I don't get me wrong. If a show gets here and like it comes to Nashville and Raw or SmackDown and it's affordable, I'll consider it because I want to
yeah.
go. But like,
If
am
it
I
comes
buying merch this year? No. I bought
yeah, if it comes to
I bought
yeah
t-shirts online from another store. It wasn't
yeah
Fanatics, I'll tell you that much.
if it comes to Nashville, I go anywhere closer. I would like to, but no, I know they're doing Knoxville May 11th here.
Mm,
Would be nice, but nah, not right now anyway. But
yeah,
yeah, so
and then
that
Mania
being
43 was supposed to be here, but it sounds like it's not
yeah,
going to no matter what. Even though that they
so
so Saudi said here's money. So that there's that. But then now everything going on in the world, they are talking about moving it out of Saudi somewhere else. So is it going to come back here? I don't think so. I think it's
now it'll
either going
definitely
to
New Orleans.
either New Orleans or Indy is my guess.
Yeah, uh, those would be the top two guesses. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Speaking of which, speaking of waiting to see what happens, we have to wait about what did you say? She was 6 months, so about 3 more months for our next person to finally deliver on what she's been hiding from us. Yes,
I mean, that was night
John
two,
Cena
but
was
yeah.
no. It was night one.
Was it? Because I thought it
Night
led to the Miz
night one.
afterwards.
Night one was her. Night two
Hmm.
was Danhausen.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so we're of course talking about the incomparable, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, which he can attest. Her music hit, and I holler like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I've been missing her, man. It was officially a year that day, the mic, a year that day since she injured her finger. Has been out for a whole year, but she wasn't completely out for just the fingers. As she came out and said
Well,
side by
that's the
side like
thing
John.
is when she came out and John was out, I looked at you and while we were all freaking out, going like, "Oh my god, she's back." the first thing I said to you was, "Is she missing a finger?" And then the
Yeah,
second thing I said was, "Oh, she's pregnant." And
yeah.
then she comes out and she gives her speech, and surprise!
Yeah, no, I'm so shout out to Bianca and Montez.
Yeah.
Congratulations. This is their first child together. Montez has two from a previous relationship. Congratulations to both of them. I know it's been a big thing because I watched their series on Hulu.
Mhm.
Great series. I wish they would bring it back for this like pregnancy, whatever. But in that show, their whole big thing of wrestling this and managing everything like that, her biggest fear was she's in the heights of what she's doing now, and she didn't want the possibility of getting pregnant to slow her down and then possibly end her career. And I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm
Not at
glad
all.
I'm glad it kind of got over that fear, and it's going to allow them to have a very happy moment. Obviously, this happened definitely because of the finger. The finger had a big part of it because
Yeah.
she is not fully healed from that. She had surgery. I think she has to have another one, but this downtime gave way to I'm obviously we don't know the inside of the privacy of their life. We will never will. Was it a mutual decision or was it just a surprise? We'll never know. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. Congratulations to both of them. I'm very excited, and honestly, I'm excited for what they did with Montez because, um,
Dude got fucking ripped.
yeah. Uh, so and honestly, and so that whole thing with the whole picture floating around, I solely believe that was not him. I was there at that live show. He was not that big.
Yeah.
He was not. He was not as big as everyone was making it out to believe. I was there at that show. I popped, boy, when it was an NXT live show. I went in before I went to work, but I worked at the time, and and I was like, yeah, man, this was a fun night. The matches were great, from my first like live house show feel, and it was Dark State, and they were going against Hank and Tank, the Belly Boys. I'm like, okay, cool. It was two of them for y'all. How y'all gonna hang this out, boy? I'm sitting there, and the Prophets theme hit. I got out of my seat. I was lit. And I was energized from the moment they came out to the moment I left. I was still energized when I went to work, and they and
I'm
they
sorry.
they felt it. 'Cause I was so energized. I love Prophets, man, and that song, the energy they gave to the match,
Yeah.
the hilarity. Montez Ford is freaking hilarious. I'm
Dude,
sorry,
I'm
he
sorry.
is
The one thing every time you mention
funny.
Montez Ford to me, the first thing that comes to my mind is when Dom is on the ramp and he's
Yes,
ah!
that oh god, so that and the puffing his chest to walk around like Vince and it did this man doing
They
a
need to do
big
more with the Street Profits. They really do. I'm
big
hoping they do
tag
now going
team.
forward.
Yeah, uh, on SmackDown, it was like a big tag team turmoil. I think all the tag teams were out there. It was haywire. It was no rules. This man was offered a prosthetic leg from a guest, from a front row
I remember seeing
guest.
that.
He took it, beat Johnny Gargano
And
with
then
it,
threw it
and then
back.
threw it back. It was so seamless. That was not planned. It couldn't have been. Because it was not scripted, and he made it work. It was hilarious.
Yes.
That guy has a memory forever, and we
I
have a
hope after
hilarious
the
moment.
show,
Yeah,
Montez was like, "Can I sign your leg?"
I hope he was too. That's so good. But yeah, so um, again, congratulations to Bianca Montez. I'm happy that they got Montez back on TV. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Now,
And
before
then
we
of
get to the
course,
main event,
yes, go ahead.
I do have time stats for the first night.
Yeah,
So,
go, talk to me.
Usos in LA versus the Vision, 7 minutes long. Jacob versus Drew was 14.
Hmm.
The women's fatal four way was 9 minutes.
Okay.
Becky versus AJ was 8.
Hmm.
Gunther versus Seth was 15. Liv versus Stephanie was 7. Now
Okay.
we'll get to the main event, but take a guess at what you think Randy versus Cody was.
Well, with all the intros and
I'm talking
shenanigans,
strictly the
I'm
match. Like I could tell you
oh
right now, it was
strictly
longer
the
with it says, closer to XYZ with everything probably, which probably includes the entrances and everything.
if I had to guess just the straight up match itself, um, it was a hair bit longer than Gunter and Rollins, so I would have to say maybe 16 minutes, 17.
23.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what I was going for, but I don't want to highball it. So yeah, that's I mean,
Closer to
obviously it's the main
30
event. That makes
with
sense.
everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which I mean, we night one ended for us at 8:30. So like, yeah, both nights ended at 8:30 on the
So
dot.
for a
So
wrestling
yeah,
show that was 240 minutes long, we had 90 minutes of wrestling.
and the other minutes were
Commercials. Thanks,
yeah.
TKO.
Like we didn't really get no like good backstage segments, the usual thing with with New Day or even Theory, not Theory, Truth, nothing. And so all of that was fulfilled by commercials. And this has been a trend that, definitely started with the big ESPN buyout with Wrestlemania, which I don't think is ever going to happen again.
I don't think
Um,
so either. I mean, we
yeah,
might. I'm
um,
down to watch it, but
nah, nah. I'd rather watch three more main Saturday night main events than that
honestly,
again.
bring back an old thing instead of WrestlePalooza. Bring back like Hell in a Cell. Bring back.
Oh,
Oh God, I'm trying to like Bash at the Beach, which I'm guessing is now SummerSlam. But like, bring back like old school. Like I know Judgment or Vengeance Day is like I think
yeah,
now
I'd say
on NXT.
NXT, and I say we're bringing back Judgment Day, but that's a whole faction
Yeah,
name now. I can't bring that
yeah.
one back.
There's I think
So,
there's Great Balls
um,
of Fire is an old one.
they might. I mean, they did that one. It was a what Halloween one, wasn't it? Or it was
Oh yeah,
something.
that's
It was something.
Halloween Havoc.
No, no, no. It was something. It was something in Atlanta last year or the year before with Cody and Metro Boomin. It was a big thing they were
Oh
advertising, but
man,
it
I
only
don't
happened
remember.
once. I can't remember. It was damn man, I lost it. But anyway, yeah, commercials.
Hell, bring
Boom.
back Halloween Havoc. Like,
Well, it's strictly on NXT now, so that's an NXT thing
No Way
for
Out is
Halloween.
that
So
is that NXT?
no, that I
Bring back
mean
No
that
Way Out.
might maybe we'll see. Speaking of No Way Out, we had 30 solid minutes of no way of getting out of this match. It needed to happen, but my God, it did not have to happen the way it did. It could have been so, so much better than what it was. But what they gave us was decent enough. Let's go ahead and get into it. Just talk to him, Nick.
So I was looking forward to this match strictly because of the history between the two. The entrances alone were amazing. I loved both entrances. Randy coming out and like just feeling like '09 Randy
Mm-hmm.
immediately. But Cody's entrance alone of like every single version of him, coming out in the green trunks on the statue of him, the green trunks with the yellow, a tribute to his father for borrowing his gear.
Yeah,
Then moving on to, oh no, I'm sorry. Before that, then moving on to
dashing.
undashing Cody Rhodes with the face mask. Then transition over to Stardust, which I get what it's for. I know Cody doesn't like it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I
He
liked
hates
I
it.
yeah, he hates it. But I appreciate like the rivalry he had with Stephen Amell for it, like a bunch of different like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
Now, see,
the only
that's
good
the
part of
only good thing that came out of it.
it. And then finally a statue comes up of him in the all red, white, and blue American Nightmare getup, and then he comes up out of the ground in all gold, uh,
That shit was so
giant,
cold.
and then the helmet. Do you know? I found
Oh
out
yeah.
recently, like
Uh,
later than I should have, why he did that. it was because of all the comments he was getting of, "Oh, you're WWE's golden boy." So I
Yep.
came out in gold. I'm like, "Holy shit, how did I not realize that?"
Yeah. I'm all gold, boy. What's up? Yeah, like he
Dude, Tony was killing me with the gold.
look. Shout out to our other faction member. Shout out to Tony, aka Rich Black. He would have been here tonight. He was busy, but we're gonna get all three of us in here soon, probably around before SummerSlam time.
Yeah.
But he had us real. Like I said, us going to Phil's house is always a fun time because it's not just us watching wrestling. We have a lot of wrestling people in our friend group. We have a couple referees, a couple hosts. Um, I hosted something called Twerkomania. so, yeah, no, like we have a lot of people who are inside the industry and everything. So we get a lot of good insight and we get a lot of good jokes. And my God, between Jesse and Tony, um, just 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 so much hilarity. Honestly, I should have just left a camera recording it and put it up
We
for
should
the thing. It's just hilarious. Next time I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just have one in the corner chilling, watching this the whole time because it is so much fun and so chaotic and hilarious.
Maybe that's what
But
we
yeah,
do
let's
next time is do a live stream while we're
yeah
watching the PLE.
yeah. But let's not beat around the bush
Yeah.
anymore.
Main event.
Again, shout out to Cody and his Iron Man inspired entrance because he
Which
definitely
I
had
think
the
broke.
whole cases, huh?
I think his helmet broke. I think it was supposed to come up like the other one did, and
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
he like just walked down with walked down the ramp with it still on, and then took it
Well,
off.
well,
I think
it broke, but
we
it
went
still
like
looked
this. I thought at one point, and it did not
yeah,
open. But
it looked badass though.
it did. It did. I mean, it looked a lot like his other one that he had. I think not last Mania. I think it was last PLE.
Yeah.
Um, and just obviously, man, like Cody is one of my favorites. I love Cody. I don't care what you say. Oh, we're getting too much Cody. We had too much Roman. Okay, what do you want? What do you want from me? they
Oh!
Sure, he's the golden boy, but he's a good dude. I see him as the next John Cena. Honestly, I truly believe that.
So however long we have him, like have him left for,
Yes.
I'll take him. I'll take him in whatever you give us. And honestly, what they might end up giving us very soon, the possibility of now he has gone
Homelander.
on record stating that if they give him something good to go heel with and for, he is all down for it. But until then, he will remain QB1, Golden Boy, whatever you want to call him. But I feel like if I mean, what he's been doing now, honestly, since
Yeah.
Mania, has been a lot of his whole match was him doing slightly heel tactics. Like,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's
Well,
there.
it's because it's him
It's
going
there.
against the company that runs WWE. I've been
Yeah.
saying this to you and everybody else for a while now. I honestly believe. I mean, look, Pat McAfee, for real, not kayfabe, nothing, for real, changed the way this match was supposed to go.
Oh,
Like I know
absolutely.
originally McAfee was supposed to be Aleister Black, and that changed last minute. I now see why that changed last minute, because of the company, but also because of what the company did this week.
Mm-hmm.
But McAfee saw how much the fans hated the fact that he was thrown in. Same with Jelly Roll. Don't get me wrong, I love Jelly Roll too. I don't know what caused it, but there are so many people now that are hating on Jelly Roll, not just in the wrestling community, but music and everything. I'm like, this dude did nothing wrong recently. What the hell is going on? Like, the guy's a good dude and he looks out for other people. And I understand that, like, it's a celebrity in a wrestling match that doesn't need to be there. And I think Jelly Roll got that as well. So I'm glad he was not as involved. But McAfee knew. He was like, look, if Randy doesn't win, I'm out. And then, spoilers for the end of this match, Randy loses, but you see McAfee going on his own show on ESPN, the Pat McAfee show, and straight
Yeah.
up said, I'm done. And made a post on Instagram about it saying that I'm out of the wrestling community. I'm out of the game. And his wife even made the post saying, thanks Cody and thanks Jelly Roll. You helped have my husband home more often now, which is hilarious. But also like
Yeah.
I truly believe this could be a step towards we're getting WWE versus TKO. I mean, the whole Survivor Series War Games could be a whole team of WWE wrestlers that are on Team WWE going up against a Team TKO of WWE wrestlers who believe in TKO or believe. When I say believe, I mean scripted believe.
Yeah.
But I honestly, and that could be the younger generation, it could be whatever. But like, this could be the modern day version of Raw versus SmackDown.
As interesting as that would be,
Mm-hmm.
uh, with them messing with creative as much as they are, I highly doubt
Oh, I
we
already
get
saw
them
the
there.
trades now of
Yeah,
like them coming out
yeah,
and basically saying that TKO runs everything. Like,
yeah. I
doesn't really have anything. It's this is what we're doing. You figure out a story with it.
Yeah, I doubt they would do something like that. Mind you, would that be interesting? It would be, but
Absolutely.
with TKO having so much power in creative now, which God, it sucks so bad. Um, so something akin to that would put TKO such a bad. I mean, you saw what happened night two in the post thing, where Roman was like, "What are they saying?" Um,
Yeah, which none of them could
because
repeat.
we as fans hate them, and so they knew they know if they do something like this, it's gonna fall. It's gonna really have a lot of pushback on them, and then if their team loses or whatever, that's just more fallback on them. They're
Yeah,
not. They're gonna shut up, be quiet, and keep taking our money like they have been, because they know at the end of the day, most, not all, but most, will continue to shovel out their checks, their mortgages, their whatever, to experience the experiences that they've been giving us. I mean, they dropped a new thing called WWE Club just to be able to get it,
yeah.
it's a wait
Look,
list right now.
I signed up
With
for the wait list just to see how much it would cost.
yeah, and so like it's
Am I
they're
gonna buy it?
in,
No.
no,
but
they're
but
in it for the
still,
money, and they're not going to do anything else except for mess with what the actual creatives are trying to do and make it worthwhile. And we saw that with what happened at the end of this week. But let's go ahead and break down the full match because we've been talking
yeah,
about
they've
beating
been
around it.
they've been putting on a great show. I
Yeah,
mean, the storyline behind it wasn't the best in my mind. It should have been more personal, which I think it got a little more personal towards the end, but
yeah.
still, I
Once you
this
get
match, yeah,
yeah, once you get Jelly Roll and Pat out of the way, which they did early.
good.
Obviously the match barely even started. Pat came out and attacked him and Randy jumped Cody. Um, Cody got the upper hand. Jelly Roll. Cody got the upper hand, dragged McAfee out, got him on the table, and then here comes Jelly Roll with an elbow. And
For the
Randy's literally
table,
just sitting off to the side. He's sitting off to the side, waiting for his cue, but he's just sitting there watching it all happen because he's really just trying to get the whole thing away from them. It's crazy.
yeah, I don't blame
So
him.
yeah, once they finally get them out, then we
Match
get
was
the match.
very solid. It was great.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
great time watching it. They put on a great show. They were
A
doing
lot of
each other's
blood, a lot
moves.
of yes. Seeing Randy hit a Cody
A
cutter
crossroad.
a crossroad was so good. Um, we saw Cody try to hit a RKO a couple times. Um, then the blood got introduced, and I think Randy bled first,
Mhm.
which was great. And
Pretty
then that caused
midway through the match. It was
yeah,
pretty like it wasn't towards
yeah.
the end. It was
No,
pretty
it,
significantly in the match.
and it's obviously and also because with the bleeding. Not only that, Cody was going for. I caught myself. I was gonna say Cody was going for back shots, but no, he was going. He was going.
He was
He was
attacking his
going
back.
to attack the back of Randy, which is obviously a huge weakness. I think Randy had one move, his back started hurting. Cody saw it, took advantage of it, kept going. He kept hitting the ring against the ring and the pop, and so he had a target. Again, using those slight more heelish tendencies and moves to give himself an edge in the match, which worked to his favor. Obviously, when the blood came out, there's an incident where Randy RKO'd the referee thinking it was Cody, and then boom,
Oh yay! Pat McAfee's
no
back
ref.
in a
We get a solid RKO because by this
yeah.
point, Cody is also bleeding, so they're both bleeding. We get a solid, I mean, solid RKO off because his name is Randy. If you notice, he couldn't. He was back. His back was so much in pain, he couldn't even do the full like turn, torque, and setup. Like
I think
drop down
it
and
was an
hit the
RKO off
Viper.
of a Cody cutter, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's like he basically just had to drop to his knees. He couldn't do the turn. It was a whole thing. Like his back was on fire pretty much.
Yeah.
He had a solid RKO. Uh, had him in the pin. We were all kind of 20. Here comes Pat. And
In a
this
neck
also
brace
probably
and
yeah,
a referee T-shirt.
friggin' web shirt and neck break. But this also goes to the whole point of him knowing that he just shouldn't have been in the match in the first place. Instead of doing the heel thing, the save the
One,
business
two,
thing, and
three.
then 1, 2, 3, he does a slow one, and then Cody kicks out, and then uh, Randy was like, "What the hell? What are you doing? Why didn't you do it fast? What's up?" He's like, "You know what? It's cool. It's okay, Pat. We're fine." RKO
RKO.
gets him out of there. Great. And then out off of that RKO, Cody hit literally. I think he hit the
Crossroads.
RKO, and as soon as he bounced up, Crossroads hit
Yeah.
it 1, 2, 3. Cody retains. It's what
And then
happened after the match that resulted in the bloodiest part of the whole thing. So at
which
this
was
point,
fantastic.
they're both bleeding. I did see Cody take his hand like while he's getting the belt and everything. He's tired. He's rubbing the blood up into his hair because he's trying to
Yeah.
make it seem like he's just fully gushing. Um, and while he's celebrating, here comes Randy. He pops back
Takes the
up,
belt.
takes the belt, whack.
Boom.
Cody's bleeding more, and as he's in
And
position,
we
we
finally get
finally
it.
see it. It's been teased at us now for almost 2 years, maybe, and we finally see Randy snap, and he hits the punt on Cody. Now,
Boom.
the look on Randy's face said it all
Oh
because
fuck. You took
yeah,
that to the
yeah,
face.
yeah. He took a solid punt that almost cost that man his left eye. And as someone who wears an eye patch on his left eye for a living, um, who has almost had to wear it as an actual eye patch for an actual injury, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I do not recommend it because it's not fun at
Yeah.
all. Uh,
We
but
see
yeah,
on Monday how badly
that thing was that
dude,
thing
they
was
were saying that hours after the match, not even hours after the match, the day after the match, his eye
yeah,
was still swollen shut.
yeah. It was rough. It was rough. Now we obviously didn't see him in night two, which yeah, we weren't gonna see him anyway.
Rightfully
That
so.
man that man needed to put a whole steak and 2 ice packs on his eye to get the swelling down. It was rough. But that's
Yeah.
how night one ended. Again, not as bad as people had been making it out to be, but it
Still a
definitely
solid
could have
match,
been
but
and
yeah,
should have been much better than what it was. But we will be redeemed heavily in night two. And honestly,
absolutely.
I hate to even stress this and even say it, but I believe wholeheartedly that even with all the changes, that was the plan, kind of for
What?
for night
For night
for night
one?
one and night two.
Gotcha.
To
Okay.
have night one be good, but just kind of lackluster, and then you turn right
Mhm.
around and give us a super solid night two.
Yeah.
Which let's not even just beat around the bush. Let's hop right into it. That first match, the first hour, we got Oba versus Brock, and then of course the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. But
And that is
ladder
on
match was great. It was
ESPN
cool.
one. So that was
Yeah,
it was on ESPN two for night one. It went to ESPN for night two, which according to I don't know if it's ever been on ESPN two previously, but they said
yeah,
on night two, this is the first time ever WWE has been on ESPN.
yeah. And what a hell of a way they started this night off. Um, Kicking it off with Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, and jeez, the match should have been longer,
Yeah.
but what we got wasn't a squash. Um, it was a solid way to, at the time, what we thought was building up to a retirement at SummerSlam. Oba, now he doesn't dominate the entire match. Brock definitely got some solid hits in, some solid working in, some solid. He F5'd him a couple times, suplex city him. He got him good. But at the end of the day, Oba proved that he's the conqueror of the beast, slayed the beast, and
The
walked
ruler.
away, tipped his hat to him, and went back to the back. And as Brock is sitting the in the ring, you
Starts
see him.
undoing his gloves.
You see his face start to break a little bit. He starts undoing his gloves, undoes his shoes, and he hits the X sign, which is a possible sign of this was not scripted. This was not planned by anybody. I'm doing this now, and he retires right there, night two of WrestleMania. We were all shook. Now, mind you, I wasn't there yet. I had to get off work. It was the whole thing, but we were all shook because
Yeah.
like we did. It's something we did
I was
not
like, wait,
expect.
did he just what?
Yeah,
No, really? What?
hell, even
And
Michael,
then
even Michael Cole and Wade were so shocked they couldn't even
if
say
this
anything.
is
Like,
the end of Brock Lesnar, then what other
yeah,
career? Like it was a if, not a yes,
yeah,
he's retired. Like everyone, including Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman was
yeah.
shocked too. Triple
Paul
H
may
had
have
already came
known,
out. Maybe Paul
but
knew, but
yeah,
it didn't look like he 100% knew. But
yeah, no,
apparently Triple H did not know.
mm-mm,
That is what I've been
no,
reading. Is that Trips was like, oh fuck.
yeah, no, and he
By the way, that
Paul's
match
crying.
5 minutes.
See that right there. That annoyed me. I wish it had been just 2 minutes longer, 3 minutes longer.
Maybe
Uh,
maybe Brock
with some more
was
bumps.
dealing with an injury. Maybe he was just too tired. I can understand
We
that.
all know what it was. We
I
all know what
know.
it was.
He was like, I'm
Brock
done,
was ready.
man.
Brock was ready to get back to his private jet and get back home to the farm. And the plane was leaving early. It was still early enough in Las Vegas. The plane would have been cool, and he would have got back home in daytime. So we all know what it was. But that joke being said, a solid way to actually retire him instead of Gunther. Honestly, having the new blood in Oba be
Yeah.
the one to slay the beast and retire him
Rather
is
than Gunther,
a much better way to do it than
than
Gunther.
the career
And
killer.
yeah, yeah, and so I'm glad that he kind of took it into his own terms. Now there's hints and possibilities saying that because this was an unknown way to do it, he might not officially be gone. I
Right.
if he's gone, he's saying he's gone. Now, if they bring him back for SummerSlam with him and Gunter, will I watch it? Yeah, but honestly, this right here was the way to go.
Yes.
What a way to sit! What a way to
If
send
he
off the
comes
beast.
back, it's not because of him. It's because of TKO
TKO.
saying, we own your contract. You're not allowed to be done.
Yeah. So what a way to conquer the beast and pave the way for the ruler. And again, shout out because see, night two was my night because
Yeah.
all three of my boys was on night two. Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams. I've watched their the entire career in NXT, and to see them at their first WrestleMania and have such success as they did, I was extremely proud to watch all
Yes.
three of them succeed like they did. Even though Javon didn't win the IC title, he put on a hell of a show. Which let's go ahead and hop into that because I don't want to spend too much time on it. Penta, Javon, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough in a ladder match for the IC title. And what a show it was! This, of
It
course, was
might have
part
been one of the
two.
best matches in the entire weekend.
Yeah, this, of course, was part two of the first hour, free hour on ESPN for night two. And what a way, again, another
Yeah,
match that pushes the brain into, okay, well, if that was so good, I want to see what happens next. Let me buy the subscription. So I feel like,
yeah,
they played it right with the matches they showed on TV. And
agreed.
so uh
Now, I don't. I
it's
also,
funny.
I'm trying. I don't want to stick too much into this match either, but I
Yeah.
have to say, like Ray's entrance, going back to the old school, jumping out from underneath the ground.
I missed
I'm
that.
so happy they did that. I'm
Yeah, I missed
hoping when the
that.
time comes when he does retire, he does that, and the song that plays is "Who's That Jumping Out the Sky?"
Yeah.
REY, and then it cuts to Booyaka after that.
That'll be a good way to end it. We also never saw.
And he's also in Deadpool gear.
Yes, he was. Um, we saw Javon's entrance. We saw his.
Hmm.
Did not see dragons. He apparently came out with some really big, like
Oh yeah, they were huge. I saw a picture of it.
big dragon wings.
We didn't see
But the
JD
end
McDonough either, or I think Rusev.
or Rusev, no, but we did see
Zero.
Pentacon
Yeah.
uh, Pentacon coming out in Shao Kahn's gear from the Mortal Kombat movie. This match itself was sponsored by Mortal Kombat 2. Honestly, one of the ones I'm okay with them sponsoring, whatever. But he came out solid looking, clean outfit, and that armor was really cool. Obviously, he couldn't do his normal shtick because he had to like hold it up a couple times.
Yeah, he's
But
holding the mask and going, Sarah,
yeah,
man.
yeah, he looked good in it, and
The
he gave a
3D
hell of a
printed mask
performance.
was a little too
Yeah,
big.
yeah. If I had to pick one favorite thing about this whole match, it's just Penta hitting a Mexican destroyer on JD and just Michael Cole out
Dude.
of nowhere. Oh, JD's dead. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. That's my favorite part of that match. Obviously, the whole thing. Javon put in work. He hit the high
Javon
fly
hanging
points.
from
Man,
the rope or whatever, the bar.
that that kid right there. Oh,
I've
he is
said it before, I'll say it again.
his future is
In
bright,
10
man.
to 15 years, we will have so many Javon Evan types. I am
Oh,
so looking forward to that. It's like how
yeah,
when we grew up on Jeff Hardy, all of a sudden everybody wanted to be
mhm,
high flyers. I'm telling
yeah.
you right now, we're gonna have high flyers again.
And he's going to build up his name with that, but also change his gimmick soon too, because once he gets to a point, he even stated in an interview that he wants to evolve his gimmick, his shtick, as he grows as a superstar. And I feel like he could definitely do it. If he stays skinny, hit more high flying moves, but also put in more power in his punches. If he gets a little bit bigger, put a little bit more bulk on him, then he can switch to power type. Whatever stick he decides to do, I know he's going to put in work and whatever. And like I
Oh,
said,
absolutely.
the next 5 years on the main roster for that kid, sky's the limit. I literally cannot wait to see how high he goes.
And
Um,
that match,
like,
15 minutes.
yeah, see, and that makes sense because you have so many spots and so many wrestlers. I think what, 6 in total. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hopping into the very
Next
next
match.
one again, and look, all three of my boys opened up night two. I'm okay with that because uh the next match, Mr. Lemon Pepper stepping himself,
Nope. Next
Trick
match was
Williams.
that was not the next match.
Oh, no, yes, it was.
Not what this is saying. The next match on here is Dom versus the Demon.
Well, then this might have it switched then, but yeah. So it was well, yeah. So then, well, we already brought it up. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about it, and then we'll get to the demon.
All right, all right.
Uh, but yeah, because man, Trick,
Mr. Lemon
Trick,
Pepper Stepper
Trick,
himself
Trick Williams is a
coming out
fool.
with the CVS receipt.
Coming out with a CVS receipt. He had his jacket on. He had Yachty with him. We didn't need Yachty, but whatever. And and that man had this long, almost bridal type thing. And the first meme we see, not even an hour after his match, the first meme we see on Twitter is someone taking it and making it a CVS uh, receipt. That was hilarious. Whoever made that meme, shout out to you. You sir are a
Props.
legend. But yeah, so obviously Trick Williams, Sami Zayn. I am loving this heel role that Sami Zayn's been put into now. It was a gradual build up, and they played it right. And so because he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I I have ride or dies with me. Ha 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 ha. No, you don't. We all hate you for robbing Carmelo, and we were ready for Trick to whoop your Trick. So he did. Um, and shout out to Trick. His mama and daddy was sitting there front row. Love that. I love that they even played into the match a little bit because you had Sammy beating on Trick in front of his parents.
Yeah.
Now I know if that was my mama. Shout out to Mama Shadow. If she was in the front
She jumped
row,
right over that barricade.
she would definitely hop over the barricade and start beating Sammy's ass.
Listen here,
So
gingerbread man.
man, look, that would have been hilarious for her to do that, but she didn't. She held it on, and then she knew because she knew her son was going to handle business. He did. Trick wins his first title on the main roster. It is the U.S. Championship. I
Well
am
deserved.
so proud of my boys. Uh,
And
the
that
sky's the limit. And
9 minutes.
yeah, that solid match. It was a solid too, because
Yeah.
like you had a bit with Yachty. He got taken out early, which is good. He came back and tried to do some things. Solid match all around. Of course, we know Sammy's gonna put in work, and him putting over Trick like he did, great way to do
Yeah,
it. Loved
absolutely.
it. But now we get to to one of the funnest. And okay, Dom, love you to death. Again, I said it there. I'll say it every single time. Dom's growth as a wrestler, I have loved to watch. I came in at the tail end of him and his dad's tag team match,
Mhm.
reign, and him joining Judgment Day. I've watched from the moment he got harassed and joined Judgment Day, turned on Edge and all that stuff. I've watched everything from then till now. I love it. I love it.
I cannot wait for the time when like he does cut, like, don't get me wrong, cool, have the hair. I know Eddie had longer hair at some point. Let's cut the hair at some point, keep the stash, maybe get some blonde in there, and you go full old school Eddie. I really
Yeah,
want to see him go Eddie.
he might. Obviously, his work is solid, and he's been doing great work in AAA too.
Yeah.
So, and then
The triple A
now
Caplion.
he is so, and I love that they keep playing with it. He's so mad. Now, mind you, he came out in a great entrance. He had a throne.
He's a was
Uh,
an Aztec throne sitting in it.
yeah, thank you. And he's sitting there, comes out with it. He has his guys with him and everything.
Everybody's wearing the Dom Mysterio
Luchadors.
masks.
Great intro, but the demon
Oh yeah.
completely topped that. So creepy way to start, and
The
then
heart, just a little boop.
that was so good having it sit there and beeping with the intro, and then he touches it, his music drops, and then the streamers drop, and they cover him in a way, and they come down and rain him like basically it's raining blood on him, and
Yeah.
such a great visual to see.
It was such an
Um,
accident, but like
so yeah,
perfectly done.
so solid. Intro was great. Gets to the match. Um, with the way he does Demon, imagine this is only my official like second Demon match, and they've both been
Mhm.
WrestleMania watches. So I haven't watched any of the other ones, but I love that he adds more flair to his normal shtick. Obviously, he still does his normal stuff.
Yeah, the coup de
He just
grace, all that
yeah
stuff.
he just adds more flair to it, which I love that. And so you have good spots. Of course, you have Dom doing it's a street fight, so it's a
Yeah.
perfect match for Dom because he can do his heel stick, do everything he does to win, and it works for his favor, even though he's not going to win. We all know that. So
And then that
Oh
match
yeah,
was 13 minutes.
yeah.
Solid
13-minute
13.
match, solid 13 that
Demon
ends with
wins.
through a table, by the way.
Yeah.
Which okay, first of all, Dom messing up not once but twice, putting tables in the ring. Had Jesse so livid, it was hilarious. We were sitting there rolling. He actually broke. He actually like I think what he scratched or tore the the
The
ring a
canvas.
little bit. Yeah, the canvas. There you go. Hilarious. So yeah, him getting put through a table was just dessert because he didn't know how to work one. Uh, great match, solid match. Let's move on to the next one, which is
Rhea versus Jade.
the women's WWE Championship. Holy crap!
Do you want to guess how long
Uh,
this one was, by the way?
go ahead and tell them. Go ahead and tell
10 minutes.
them. That's about right. That's about right. It's a solid 10-minute match. Of course, you had your interference with well, the entrances were great. Not
Yeah.
anything too extravagant. I mean, I think Jade, who was a big Storm fan, I think her gear this time was inspired by one of the Hellfire Gala dresses,
Hmm.
but it wasn't such a unique tell that it was connected to Storm, so you really couldn't tell unless like you just a fan.
Right.
It,
And then
but yes,
Rhea was just in white. It was no like I
yeah,
don't think there was
no
any
band,
crossover or anything. I was really
no
hoping for an
band, no
Art the Clown.
Terrifier. Well, she already did it, and
I
so
know. I would
which
have
gave
loved
her
to see
favor.
like go full out on it. Like come out in
Yeah,
a full jumpsuit and then rip the jumpsuit off to the gear
uh,
underneath or whatever. Like
and honestly, she don't even need it because
do it
she's
next
Rhea.
year. Do it next year.
I do hate
Bring
that.
David Howard Thornton out.
Yeah, I do hate that. Who just got engaged, by the way. Shout out to
Yes.
him. Um, I do hate that. She has shed. Well, not hate, but I do miss the whole muscle mommy
Hmm.
thing. Jade looked fan freaking tastic, full on muscle mommy.
I thought
But
Rhea looked
Rhea,
fantastic too. I understand that she's been
Rhea looked
cutting, which
fantastic. She's
go
just
right
she's
ahead.
been cutting
Like
weight.
this is your body,
Yeah,
you do what you want to do. I
right.
do miss her being a little more jacked with, but like, look, it's
Yeah,
her body. I'm not telling her how
yeah.
she should look at all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
She
But
put on
it
a great
actually,
show. Obviously, the baddies came out and tried to interrupt, and we
yeah.
got EO saving Rhea again.
Like I said, there watching the match, I'll say it now. Her not being as big as she was, and her being smaller than what Jade is now, played into the match, into the story
Agreed. 100%
better
agreed.
than better than what it should have been, because we saw Rhea, who was known for being just overpowering and strong, struggling several times during this match to pick up and drop and do and all this stuff. So it definitely her smallness played into it. I don't think that will play into much more of her matches coming up soon. But for that particular storyline, it played in great, and I think it went forward. Obviously, Rhea One is now four-time, four-time WWE Women's Championship. She has
Well
held
deserved.
each four of the new. So she's held the Raw Women's Championship, the red title. She's held the SmackDown Women's Championship, the blue title. She
The
has
world
held the
heavyweight,
World Heavyweight Championship, and she's now held the new
undisputed.
Undisputed. So it's very interesting to see her playing with that, and not really like a crown. What is it? Crown? Not crown.
Jewel? Oh.
No, it's something. It's something when you get all the different belts.
Oh yeah. What should we call it?
I'm
Yeah, I'm blanking on it now too. The Miz
yeah.
is a two-time.
Grand Slam. There you go.
Yes,
Grand Slam champion.
Miz I
Not
think is
really
the only
Grand.
person that's ever been a two-time Grand Slam.
Yeah, he's the only two-time. The first NXT Grand Slam champion is Tony D'Angelo. Shout out to him.
Tony
Who
D.
recently won his title. But yeah, great match all around. Good job. Now, before we get to the 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 final the final match, I'm gonna let my friend Nick here talk to us about what happened before the final match. Go ahead and talk to us, my friend.
So, one of my new favorites of WWE, I've liked him prior to, but now that he's joined WWE, we get John Cena coming back out saying, "Thank you again for attending WrestleMania. Here's your attendance again, and the total attendance both nights combined." And yeah, just this is our thing, and blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, The Miz and Kit Wilson come out and they go, "Oh no 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 no! I am The Miz. I am awesome. I deserve a WrestleMania moment. The past 2 years, I haven't gotten one. Snoop Dogg hit a people's elbow on me.
He
Not
did.
a, I'm not a fan of that. Last year, I got the shit kicked out of me from something else. I forget what it was, but he wasn't involved and got all beat up. No, I deserve one this year. And so John's like, you know what, Miz, Mike, you know what? We've been together. We've been friends for a while. We've worked together for a while. Go right ahead. I'll step back. You have your moment. And then all of a sudden, we hear the music. You are cursed.
Yeah.
And we get Danhausen come out in. I will say, I have to correct the announcement team both at WrestleMania and this week because Danhausen's been coming back out in it again. It is the Danhausen mobile. It is not. A lot of people have been saying it looks like something or it's this, it's that. It is a casket, and it's meant to give tribute to the Munsters because it's the Dragula in the shape of a
Yeah.
coffin. It's essentially what it is. And
Yep.
no one has gotten it right, and it's been driving me nuts. But that's just me as an old school horror fan. But so he comes out with, I will say the word only because Danhausen and his cohorts claimed they want to be called this. And that's why Michael Cole said it on live TV on ESPN Plus, and I was like, "Whoa, don't think that's PG. I don't think that's PC either." But he said midgets, and apparently that's what the little people that Danhausen brought out with him wanted to be called. So we will refer to them as that only because they asked. So they came out, and Miz is like, "What's going on?" He shoves one of them, and Danhausen goes, "Dog pile, go get him!" And they all jump on him and Kit Wilson. They beat him up. They drag him out, and then the Miz comes in and tries to fight Danhausen. Danhausen hits him, looks over at John, gets approval, and hits a 5-knuckle shuffle, the cursed shuffle, if you will.
That was good. So good.
And then they drag him out and carry him out onto the ramp and drop him on the ramp. And that was
Honestly,
Danhausen's WrestleMania moment. And I am very happy with that.
a very, very, very nice, very evil moment. Very, very
Yes.
nice moment to give him. John Cena.
He's
John Cena
dying
could
laughing.
not. He could not hold it in. He even called it the greatest Mania moment of all time, which I definitely agree with. Hilarious way
Did
to
you see
put
his
a
tweet
nice
after
pad.
Mania?
Uh, oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah. He said,
thank you
"Thank you
for the
for
housing
the house." And yeah, that was
instead of
great.
thank you for the house, like thank you for letting me host.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Thank you for the
that
housing.
was
That's how
cool.
much he loves Danhausen now. And I'm like, good.
Yeah,
You
it was
should.
so good. But now we get
To the
to
main event.
the main event.
A
I'm gonna let you call it
34-minute
off. Yeah.
match.
Ooh, no. Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
CM Punk, my boy, one of my favorites, versus one of your favorites, Roman Reigns.
Eh, character wise, yeah. But that's it's a whole other thing. But I
I
do
love,
acknowledge
yeah, I know you acknowledge. I'm not trying to get us demonetized on YouTube, so I can't do my acknowledgement. But
uh,
you can take a guess. It's a different finger. Um, but no, so Roman comes out first, gives us the standard thing that we always have
the
gotten is the
OG
drums,
theme.
OG theme, but he brought the drums and the choir back out. Not too much he's done differently in WrestleManias of
Yeah.
recent. And then CM Punk, lights all go out. We cut to a feed, and it's a pre-filmed thing, but it cuts back and forth to the pre-cut and him walking through Gorilla backstage and through Gorilla to the arena, and it is his Ring of Honor song by AFI, and
Yep.
all of us lost our minds.
Yeah.
Last year we got This Fire by Killswitch Engage. I was like, holy shit, they're doing it. They're giving him all his old themes again. He's came out and said, would you want me to come out to old stuff? Sure, I'll do that. But I'll do it as like a pre thing before, my actual thing, because Cult of Personality is my theme. That is it. It's my song. And I'm like, you know what? By all means, Punk, do you. I love Cult of Personality. But him coming out to Ring of Honor and being in the OG jumpsuit, like the jacket and everything, and then coming out in a white version of it, well, all white, there was no stripe, but it
Yeah.
just, what the hell? And then he comes out, song ends, he comes out to no music. And I gotta say, I like this version. This is a really cool way of doing CM Punk's entrance now. There was another wrestler, I think it was Morrison, that did it. He would come out to no music
Yeah.
and then hit it, and the song would hit as he like made a
Yeah.
pose or whatever. I'm liking this for Punk. He comes out, complete silence other than the fans cheering, CM Punk, CM Punk. He traces the floor, looks at his watch. It's clobbering time. The whole crowd shouts, and then boom, I lost my mind. That was absolutely amazing, and just the tribute he had. The picture of Larry, the tribute to his friend, the guitarist in a Chicago metal band that passed, Bo
Yeah.
Looters, and then 3 names of people who worked for WWE who passed recently, who worked behind the scenes, did a lot of camera work, hair and makeup, all this different stuff. He had a Puerto Rican flag. He had the Chicago flag, and on the back, a big purple crown for Harley Race. And it was absolutely like, what a tribute. It was very nice that he got to do that,
Yeah.
and that he did do
Yeah.
that. And then he comes out, takes the jacket off, and we get white and purple trunks as a salute to Harley Race. And match starts. And what a match did we get! I mean, both of them doing
34
each other's
minutes
moves.
of, yeah.
34 minutes of madness, blood, jumping onto tables. I mean, Punk literally was on, when I knew he was going to land it, was when he was on the top rope and looking at Roman on the table, and he rubbed Larry on his chest because he has the tattoo of Larry's paw print on his chest. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, he's
Yeah.
jumping. He's landing that. And just everything. And I love the fact, like, I understand this was a regular match, and who made the first move to that was illegal was Roman Reigns.
Of
So
course.
Roman hit Punk with the stairs. That should have
Yeah.
been an automatic DQ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Punk should still be champion. But if you want to, bloodline rules, we do what we want. So sure,
They really do. They really do.
sure, whatever. But they go through an insane match, working every angle, every spot, and then they're hitting each other's moves. You see Punk even hit the ooh ah, which was absolutely hilarious and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think didn't Punk also do the Superman punch?
He did. I don't think he landed it
He
though.
didn't land it, but I know he hit
Yeah. No,
the
they were
loading.
doing each other's loadings and setups,
Yeah,
and it was, and then there's no interruptions. No one else is involved. It's just
thank
those
God.
two and a match of pure, solid hatred. I think the only other person who could have kept the same level of hatred or even matched it would have been Seth Rollins.
Yes,
Um, and so just pure unadulterated hatred. The match was great, and the bumps were all there, and of course it was so much of a great match. By the
Both of
time
them looked so
that
gassed.
that Punk was ready to finally end it, he had Roman up for not once, twice for GTS. He hit the first one, then of course he does the whole he hit the ropes, come back down, and he had him up, and he couldn't even hold it. He collapsed, and that right there is what sealed the deal. We turn around, we get the spear. Roman
Done.
wins his seventh world heavyweight champion. He is the
The
new
first time
champion.
he's ever won this belt, though.
This how, yes, first time he ever won this one, which he initially called a couple years ago the second string title or the irrelevant title or whatever because they had to make it because he was hogging the other ones.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now he has it. So now it's the relevant titles again. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, what a way to both start and end night two fully. I mean, outside of the commercials, but to me, fully redeeming what could have been a worse WrestleMania weekend. Obviously, there have been ones that weren't good, but this was definitely a solid way to end night two and and
Absolutely.
and give a redemption to what was a rocky WrestleMania, but still rocky, but still good.
Yes.
And so overall, man, we had fun. Obviously,
A lot of
the
fun.
our community definitely made it worthwhile being there, watching it. But even though like even if I had stayed at home and just watched by myself, it still would have been great to enjoy what we saw. And I think despite interference and commercials and all this stuff from TKO, I hope going forward there becomes a compromise. Um, because I would have loved more behind the scenes segments, but for the little bit that we did get, the pregnancy reveal, the Denhausen moment, if this is the new way of doing it, you have your matches, you have a couple things in between, that you have the final little moment
Yeah.
before the final match. If this is how you're gonna do it, I'd be okay with it as long as the matches are a bit longer, less commercials. Because here's the thing: you're
And
getting
if you're
money
gonna
off of
have
the
less
brands.
commercials, go right ahead and make it like sponsored like moments. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes,
Yeah,
ha ha ha. Everybody makes a joke about like, oh, New Day's eating Domino's. Oh, let me eat this pizza. Oh, while we get ready for our match. Like, funny, sure, but like sometimes those things lead to more. Like
yeah,
sometimes they write it so that way. Yes, it's a Domino's or a Papa John's or a Prime energy drink or whatever sponsorship or a Snickers or but like make it worthwhile. There's ways to do
yeah,
it.
yeah, and without pandering, which is basically what this was. Because I don't know, someone put the times out, but we had for the whole weekend, we had more of a number of commercials, like a time for
Yeah,
commercials than we did for wrestling matches, and this honestly just unacceptable at this point. But
agreed.
I don't want to keep harping on it. We know TKO sucks. We know these commercials sucks. Hopefully, there
We
becomes a
all know what was
compromise.
chanting
And
during Roman's
yeah,
press
yeah.
conference.
Hopefully, things change for the
TKO
better in the future. Let's hop into
this week,
the
the week after.
Raw and SmackDown
Yeah,
after WrestleMania, which always boasts to be one of the biggest shows, right?
not so
Um,
much in my mind, at
nah,
least.
no, not
Raw felt
not
more powerful
really.
than yesterday,
It
but even
Raw definitely
still,
did.
even
It
still,
wasn't.
like
Yeah.
I
It,
will
it
say, SmackDown probably would have been bigger if it wasn't for what happened hours before SmackDown.
yeah. Let's go ahead
But
and hop into it. So,
okay,
because I I do want to run through it quickly. So,
yeah,
Raw comes out, and there aren't really too many big surprises. We do have some call ups. We got Ethan Page
quite a
popping
few.
on in. Yeah, Ethan Page is coming on up. He has a match, with
Solruka,
Javon, which kind of renews a little bit of a rivalry. Of course, he beats
Hmm.
Javon. I don't think this is over quite yet.
No.
And then he kind of inserted himself into the IC title picture for a bit, which is perfect for him to start. Leave him there. He had a great run as North American champion
I mean,
and
he is
a
all ego, so
yeah, so I think that's a good slot to slide him into,
yeah.
and it worked perfectly. Hate that they had the job Javon for it. I think that receipt's coming back, which I love, so I'm okay with that. So Ruka, another call up, which I don't think she'll be there for a little bit because of what happened Tuesday, but she had a solid going against Liv Morgan,
Hmm.
new recent title winner. Came in, called her shot. Everyone online, well, not everyone, but some people were saying that that they buried Soul in her premiere. No, they did not. Soul gave an excellent performance, hidden Soul snatchers. She only got taken out because of her rivalry with uh damn,
Yeah,
what's
I
her
know. You're
name?
the one that watches NXT.
Uh Zarya. There you go.
There
Zarya.
you go.
Zarya, because they those two had a match the next night at Revenge. So Zarya interfered, knocked her out, put her back in the ring. Liv kept her title. Uh, it was not a Barry moment for Soul. Once she heals back up, she's gonna come back in and do some amazing things on the Raw roster. Um, the other real big thing. It's two more things I want to talk about. So we finally got Braun coming back to the Vision and
Hmm.
him acknowledging his thing with Seth. Seth answers the call like he always does, and because Seth ain't no punk. If you call him out, he gonna come out.
Yeah.
And he hit a chair shot, which he loves to do. He hit a chair shot on Braun, and he not only hits his back, but he calls it. He busts Braun, his head wide open.
Oh shit!
Now, as
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
notice that. I got
That,
to rewatch it.
that yeah, that was a receipt. So earlier, I talked about how when Braun speared Seth, his
Hmm.
leg came up and he kicked him, right? The chair shot was the receipt for that kick.
Yes, I
So
figured as much.
he intentionally made him bleed, which kind of backfired because Braun, as intense as he is, saw that he was busted open, popped that shirt off, popped him with I think not one but two spears, and he looked at him. So it was a good way to put Braun over.
Yeah.
He's busted open, he's bleeding, but he looked the best he's ever looked. So intense, so fierce, and whatever they do to build that rivalry up, I am interested in. Go ahead
Agreed.
and talk about the whole Roman and Jacob thing real quick while I stop talking.
So Roman Reigns and Jacob, obviously, big meeting there where we have Jacob calling out Roman, saying, I've worked so hard. You're back at the top now. All you do is take, 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 take. Usos are standing behind Roman, totally back on the bloodline, which yay. And
Whoa!
yeah, boo. And Jacob is like, you know what? Nah, enough. You and me, let's go. And so he's like, Roman hits the you're not ready, but sure, SummerSlam. So it sounds like we're getting Jacob versus is it SummerSlam or is
Back,
it Backlash?
backlash,
Okay.
backlash will be Jacob. And I think SummerSlam will be Gunter because that's been
Okay.
setting up right now for the
I think
title
I actually, you know what? No,
picture.
I think Roman's gonna face Oba in SummerSlam.
Either one, but those are the
But yeah,
two main
it's the
ones that
backlash is
he'll
what
be
I meant.
facing for his title reign throughout his summer reign, as he said. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens
We'll see how many times
because
he
because because
defends.
don't forget in between Backlash and SummerSlam we've got Clash in I think it's Italy this year.
Yes.
So
And
we have
obviously a
enough.
few Saturday night main events and everything else.
Yeah, we have enough of PLEs to have a couple matches
Yeah.
um maybe a triple threat, maybe one to say, but I feel like we have enough time to build up to. I would rather it be Oba at SummerSlam, um, than Gunter, but we just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but
so
overall,
obviously it looks like we're getting to that, which also
yeah,
led to that yesterday, uh,
yeah.
Jacob Fatu and Solo going at heads with each other.
Which
So it looks like
I love the
all of the
setup for that.
bloodline is beating each other right now. They all hate each other.
Well, yeah, because it's two big factions that we shouldn't even in anyway. I do love the setup though because you have Jacob opening the show as a way to kind of tie into the end of Raw.
Mhm.
Jacob opens up this show, and he again reiterates. I said, I want this and this for my family. I said I don't need that title. I want that. I don't want the title. I need that title. And then you have the Usos coming out, which we saw at the end of Raw. Roman was telling Jimmy, "Hey, go on there Friday and talk some sense into him. Holler at him because this ain't happening. He's not
Yeah.
ready. Tell him to work on Cody for a bit." Which I don't know, my went out. Which we should have seen, and I hope we do kind of get, but whatever.
Yeah.
That being said, then Solo and the MFTs come out, and this, which has been growing recently, I hope they do something with it. Tama Tonga, questioned Solo, the leader. Why are we out here? Why are we wasting time? We all know he can't beat you, and I love that subtle hint of yeah. I'm gonna get you beat up because uh, I ain't trying to face him,
Yeah.
but if
Also,
if
why you
if it
keep
beats you
trying to
up,
run
then
your mouth and why am I
yeah,
your lackey?
yeah, exactly. So I feel like Tom was gonna be dropping away from the MFT soon.
Mhm.
I hope for a good solid US title run.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
want Trick to lose. I don't want Trick to lose, but I would like to see it on Tama for a bit. But either way, um, it's a good setup to set up for your main event. But man, uh, what what other ways they could have done to bring these ladies in? I don't see any other way. We have a nice little Legends reunion. We've got Charlotte and Alexa. We got Bree and Paige. Paige is getting her return. Everyone's like, "Yeah, welcome back," and we're cool. And they have a little match. And I think Paige never even got in the match. I don't think. Yeah,
Interesting.
they set that up and basically lied to the fans. Yeah, Paige is going to fight tonight. Yet nope, because right in the middle, right in the middle of this tag team match, which I don't think was for the titles. It could have been. I don't know. But who interferes but the newest call ups to SmackDown, my girls, Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Laney Reed, Fallon Henley. And when I saw JC, I'm like, okay, cool. They called up JC, and oh man, they might have released Fallon or left. No, no, no. All three got called up, which I was pleasantly surprised because Laney just only joined Fatal Influence like earlier last year. So she hadn't been in that long. She
Yeah.
replaced somebody else. So I'm really excited that they brought all three of them up. And they wrecked house. They knocked Legends out and left them laying. Great way. It kind of felt akin to like a female shield type deal where all three of them
I could
came
see
in
that.
just and wrecked house. And then you
They
think they're
also
done. Nah, nah. Rhea and comes out, she's celebrating. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a fighting champion, unlike Jade. So if you back there, come holler at me. I'm right here. Let's go." And I'm
they're
thinking,
back.
it's gonna be right. I'm thinking, Jade might try to come back, or well, at this point, I I would say somebody else, but I don't know if they're still there or not. We'll get to that. Um, but no, here comes fatal attraction coming out. Attraction, fatal influence coming out again, and JC puts on a solid showing against Rhea. Which again, the whole her being smaller doesn't play into this one because JC is smaller, but JC is ruthless. Has been on her NXT run. She is a two-time NXT champion, one-time TNA Women's Knockout champion, which she held that as a double title with her NXT championship. So she beat Stephanie McCare to get that title.
Oh
She
wow.
is solid. She's
Yeah.
solid, and I'm really happy that they pushed her. Obviously, it wasn't a clean win for Rhea because she was about to riptide JC, and then her girls come in. They start ganging up, and I'm glad they didn't have anybody come out and help Rhea, because that would have been kind of a weakness moment almost.
Yeah. Then
Uh,
Rhea can't do it on her
yeah,
own.
yeah. So just having her take the beating, and then have them walk away again shows them
Yeah.
being dominant and shows them a fantastic way for them to enter the main roster. They weren't the only call ups, but we won't see the rest for a while. I do believe the next two call ups are Ricky Saints and Blake Monroe. So
Yes, and
those are
Blake. I
the
forgot about
two.
Blake.
Yeah, yes. So those are the
I know
two call
Ricky's
ups.
coming next week. I don't know when
Yes,
Blake is. It just said coming soon for her.
yeah. So I doubt it might be next week, but also, I'm sorry, we skipped an entire title match. The beginning of the show, the actual matches. Tiffany beats
Hmm.
Julia for the U.S. title reign, which should have happened last week, but whatever,
We
whatever.
also did skip one
Uh,
other thing, which I'll touch upon real quick
yeah, go
before
ahead.
we get into the big news. That being Cody and CM Punk coming back out
Oh,
after Mania.
oh yeah,
So
oh yeah,
both of them come out on Monday. Punk's talking first. It's his show. He's on Mondays. Then Cody comes out, and I was laughing because Punk was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go over time? Like, what are you doing
yeah.
here? Do you want me to leave?" He's like, "No, no, no. It's your show. You can stay." He takes the glasses off, and you see how black and blue that eye is. Yeah, you
Damn.
saw Punk look at him like, "Damn, Jesus!" And so they talk, and it was a nice reverse of both of them. Punk
Yeah.
usually is that, I lost my belt. I'm a rage. I'm a hit anything that moves. No,
Hmm.
he was calm. This is a different Punk we're seeing. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a look. This happened. It is what it is. I'm gonna work to get that title back. I'm gonna work to get any title
Yeah.
back. And he looks down at see Cody's title, and he's like, "That one looks pretty good too." He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Punk, anytime, anywhere. You whenever you want
I
it, you let me know."
can't wait for that one.
I can't wait for
That's
that
gonna
one
be
either.
fun. That's gonna be
I
fun.
want Randy versus Cody 2 beforehand that I need or well no, because then we have
I
to
feel
because
like
I
I feel like
Randy needs to
that'll
win
be back.
15.
I agree. I feel like that'll be backlash. And
Hmm.
then we might see Punk and Cody at Clash, and that might lead to a triple threat for SummerSlam. I don't
Okay,
foresee
I like
another.
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I don't foresee another just one on one with Randy.
Yeah,
There has to be something else added, something better than Pat added to the match to to legitimately have him win the 15th title and having him be a triple threat. Um, Now, obviously, it'll require a second loss to Cody at Backlash if that even happens. He might take time to heal. Who knows? Or what might happen is Backlash will be Roman's show, Clash will be Cody's show, and then you have SummerSlam 2 nights being one or the other, and that's how you set. So you can have Randy not face um, Cody right now, and have Punk do it at Clash, and then something happens, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm still coming for that title," and then Randy comes up, "Well, I'm coming for it too." Boom, triple threat, SummerSlam, and that's how you set up and have Randy win 15, going into two of the
true.
top at the top right there. That's how I would book it if that's how they play it right with having each championship have their own little PLE with Backlash and Clash in Italy.
Yeah.
If that happens, that'll be a great segue into it and his 15 title run. But we have to remember he is heavily susceptible to injuries,
Hmm.
especially with his back. So while he stated he's not going anywhere anytime soon until his contract is up, and then at that point he'll decide if he just wants to do a only WrestleMania run, which that'll be great. Imagine just it's Mania weekend like 3 years from now,
And
and
Randy just
that's the
shows
only time,
up.
and that's the only time you see Randy. whether he shows up with a random opponent, or he just shows up,
He just
you
does the
need to fight
Undertaker thing.
Mania. Right, exactly. So yeah, and he stated that's what he wants to do. So I'm okay with that. Honestly, he
Same
doesn't have
here.
to retire. He can just sit down and like do one Mania at a time. But good, cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Now,
Um,
fast forward to Friday, yesterday.
yeah,
Well, as we're
the big
recording this,
news.
the big
The
news.
big news.
Well, before the big
Oh,
news, I'll skip ahead to after the big news to Cody's comment. So there was a whole speech. I'll highlight it with one quote, and then we'll get to the big news because this quote, in my mind, look, this could be Cody doing it himself. This could be Triple H feeding Cody a line. This could be unscripted. This could be scripted. Who knows? But Cody's line of, hey, whoever's back there trying to start shit, trying to like interfere with my shit, you're 0-3. You know, the Rock with TKO, uh, Travis Scott with TKO, Pat McAfee with TKO. You're 0-3. So send your best or count your money and sit the fuck back home.
yeah,
So if that was a comment directed at TKO 100% and meant and not planned, scripted, whatever, thank you, Cody,
yeah.
because hours
Thank you,
before
Cody.
hours before SmackDown this week, Triple H had a massive all roster meeting because of what happened an hour or two prior to that.
Yep.
The full list of WWE releases as of now: Luca, Trill London, Malik Blade, Chris Island, Tyreek, Tyson, Serena Linton, Tyra May Steele,
A lot of
Alba
NXT
Fire,
names. Yeah.
Zoe Stark,
Who was just gonna come back. That sucks for her.
Andre Chase,
Yeah.
Apollo Cruz,
I don't know what he was doing there in the first place.
yeah, Motor City Machine Guns,
That one sucks. I liked him.
yeah, Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
I think he just got injured.
He's had a string of injuries all on and
Yeah,
off this past year. So
the entirety of the Wyatt Six: Joe Gacy, Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, and Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas. I'm
that one hurt.
sorry. I'm sorry. Look, we'll get to the other three names in a sec because those are even bigger than what I'm about to say. But like, I'm sorry. Let me pull up the tweet because I just read a tweet prior to this call. And 2 years ago, WWE did a 2-hour Bray Wyatt documentary narrated by Bo Dallas, with the ending of the documentary showing a tease that Howdy would return soon. Now, 2 years later, TKO, because this is not Triple H, this is TKO that made these cuts.
Yeah.
2 years later, they decide to budget cut him after making record profits. They don't care. They never will.
Yeah.
This is a company that owns WWE that goes, nah, fuck the stories. I'm sorry. What? This is like, don't get me wrong, like it's a business. I understand it's a business. If somebody's not doing ticket sales, whatever, or merch sales, this is Bo Dallas. This is Bray Wyatt's brother. How, like, sure, do you want to cut the Wyatt Six out and just keep Bo? I'd be okay with that more than what the fuck you just did.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. So
that's not even all of them.
That's not all of them. There's still three names. The biggest three, which is how we found out this is TKO and not WWE, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are the big two before I get to the biggest name. Zelina on her live stream straight up said, I was hoping I got to break the news myself, but some reporter leaked it. Thanks for that. Fuck you. But she goes, normally when I get calls from anybody up there, aka WWE, whatever, it comes up as Stanford. Stamford, Connecticut, obviously.
Yeah.
This call came in as TKO on the phone.
Mm,
So yeah, no, this is not Triple H. This is not WWE. This is TKO going, we want more money, so let's cut people.
yeah.
Hours
Because we can
before,
pay.
hours before the SmackDown after Mania. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what? And then the biggest name of all that I'm like, you're literally keeping her in a fucking story right now. She is the
Yep.
pinnacle of the entire story.
Yep.
Kyrie Sane. You cut Kyrie Sane?
That's insane. It's insane that they did that because what the hell? She's literally a pivotal character. There's an entire running storyline of
Of
her
EO versus Asuka.
of her abuse, which honestly was one of the best long running
Yeah,
storylines
I
they've
was looking
had,
forward to the turn.
and it was coming because she pulled off a win on Monday night. Like it was coming. The turn was coming. She was eventually no, I'm sorry, she didn't win. Uh, she she lost again, and like I feel like the final abuse is going to build up, and then finally have a big
Mhm.
match. It was going to be a great way to keep Oscar, Kyrie, and Io in the big picture without having titles involved, and she's gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
What are we doing? I just I don't get it. I really
well,
don't.
you
I will let you
here
know
go to the messages because
since yesterday, two trending hashtags on Twitter have been we want Kyrie and fuck TKO.
yeah, I believe it wholeheartedly. Now, pull up the message in our group chat and read what Tony said because he said
Yes.
something so profound, and this will be his 2 cents on it, and then we'll wrap up the show. Um, it does suck, which
There it
it's
is.
sad because we knew this was coming. Um, it's sad because we knew it was coming, but we didn't know how deep it was going to be and
Or
the
how
true
soon it would
reasons
be.
for it. Yeah,
I would have
read
thought they
read his
waited until after the week after Mania.
yeah read his
Yeah,
message because
I just pulled it
it's
up.
very profound. Go ahead.
TKO is going to get rid of everyone that has been there for a while and anyone that they feel is making more money than TKO feels they should get paid. If this doesn't change, you will see lots of people quickly filtering through NXT straight to the main roster. Lower salaries means more profit for the company. Yep, I agree.
Ding
Look,
ding
then they already
ding.
announced that the two top people in TKO right now, Ari Emanuel is making like 60 something million a year, and the second in command or whatever is making 45 million a year. And we're like, oh, we're not making enough money. We have to jack up the prices of WrestleMania and do this and do that. What the fuck, man? I'm sorry. I understand it's a business. I understand you want to make money. I understand your stock. You want it to be as high as you can. Look, I work in finance. I get it. I get that you want your stock to grow. I get that you want to make money. But there's got to be some sort of a middle ground where you realize, hey, we can only make so much and push so much. Otherwise, it's going to start to go down because we're pissing off our target audience.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
pulled up while
completely
we were
crazy.
at Phil's house when
Yeah,
John Cena announced the entire attendance for the entire weekend. I looked it
yeah,
up. Last year, same location, Vegas, because we have to go back to Vegas. We got to make money. It was the place where we made the most money ever is Vegas. So let's go back there. They had like 30 something thousand less people in attendance this year than they did last year.
yeah. Wonder why. And then
Now,
it's
mind you, it could be the stage was bigger or whatever. Like, there's a lot of factors that I don't know about, but we saw empty seats.
we did
So
we did.
to the point where Pat McAfee as a heel straight up was like, "Oh, here's a discount code, until Monday for
That's
the night one of Mania."
so stupid.
right?
So
I just
incredibly
look.
stupid.
I don't get me
All
wrong. I enjoy
yeah,
WWE. I know you do too. We enjoy watching it, talking about it whenever we can. But I honestly believe this is how WWE can die. I I believe TKO could run this into the ground. I like. Do I hate the man as a person? Yes, but I understand why Vince tried to buy it back
yeah. God, what a way to end the show.
now.
Uh, well, and all of that to say, like I said, we love this brand, love the
Yes,
wrestlers. Um, grateful. I read something a while ago that's that this age of social media, we're a lot more grateful because it gives us a chance to know more about the wrestlers outside of their gimmicks or their characters, and see the actual friendships and relationships with them and other wrestlers, and just see that, oh, okay, cool, they're friends outside, but they're fighting right now, but it's gonna be okay. Like, we get to know more about them. Some fans will take this and run with it and be creepy as hell, which they have been. A lot of it
we
happened
saw a
at
lot of that
this past
video at
weekend.
Mania.
But
The hotels, and I don't blame a
there,
lot of the wrestlers for
yeah,
that.
there are those of us who just watch the brand, who just enjoy the brand and want to see more of it, or more that we expect from it, because of what was given to us in the past. So all we can do is, you know, have your talking back points. Talk to them, send messages out, but also just hope that this brand that we love will continue to thrive and actually um get back to some semblance of normalcy, and that the greed of just money will will hopefully give way. Obviously, with the way the world is going right now, the economy, everything that's going on, we do know the real reason why they're trying to get as much money as possible. We know it. We're not going to say it here. It's a whole thing. But all we can do, and all you can do as fans, if you continue to watch us, support our show, support WWE in ways that you can, whether that's just following the wrestlers and just doing that, just watching it for them and them only.
Go meet him at Comic
Buying,
Cons.
go to Comic Cons, buy their shirts that aren't directly from Fanatics or TKO. Like,
Look into look into
this
if the
this from
wrestlers
Amazon.
themselves. Yeah, I mean, I know
Yeah,
like Amazon, T Public, all that stuff. The wrestlers aren't
yeah,
making money from that. Which, look, is it wrong? Kinda, yeah. It's copyrighted logos that people are making, and don't get me wrong, yeah, it's messed up. But if there's ways to buy something from a wrestler that they're getting money for, and it's not going to the corporation, great, do that. But if not, look for other ways. I'm sure, or don't buy merch. It's one or
yeah.
the other.
There's ways to enjoy and support without um, giving into what they want. And then at the end of the day, if all they're gonna say is, well, they'll continue to give us their money. If you decide you want to stop watching, more power to you. Um, this is my weekly soap opera. Like, as a
Honestly, kind
kid,
of same.
I used to sit there with my mom and my grandmother and watch Young and the Restless, or I was sick at home and watch whatever. So soap opera, cool. Now, older, this is essentially my
Meat,
weekly soap
big meaty
opera.
men slapping meat kind of soap opera.
I get I get 3 episodes with different flavors, different brands. Sometimes they meet up and cross over, and then there's big crossover events like big comic book movies and shows like that. So I get to enjoy wrestling like that from a story writer standpoint, and soap opera. So that's how I enjoy it. If that's how you enjoy it, cool. If you have your ways of enjoying WWE, the wrestlers, and all that stuff, enjoy it in the way you can, and do what you can to both fight the power, or I guess in this point, the system, while also still supporting the wrestlers who put in hard work for their bodies, minds, and souls on the line to put on the show for you, and end up getting shafted by the powers that be who control their paychecks. So with that being said, overall, Mania was great. Could have been better. hopefully we get a much better going into next year. I feel like the shows coming up will definitely be a kind of redemption for what they gave us, and hopefully there'll be less TKO interaction and more actual creative storytelling for the rest of 2026. Your last 2 cents before we call it out.
Team TK. So, got words on my brain. Let's pause, rewind that. Team WWE forever.
Forever, together, always, or whatever it is. I don't freaking know.
Then,
But yeah,
now, forever
there
together.
you there you go. There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did watch this video, solid 2 hour podcast. If you like this recorded format instead of us going live, we're gonna try to do this a lot more. Had some scheduling changes coming up. Production schedule had to be redone, so might be last early in the week, more later in the week, depending on how he is. I know you have D&Ds at night and stuff like that. So we all have stuff we want to do, but we will try to get more content out now. We are about to hit a heavily hot super summer because we got a lot of superhero stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And uh, obviously, if you watched our 2025 superhero wrap up, we will do that again this year. But we also will give you solid individual episodes on these particular superhero movies, shows, and everything's going up. Um, we got one show wrapping up next week. That is Invincible, and once we get that
It
going, I'm gonna
already
try to
wrapped
get.
up.
Yeah,
The
we
finale was
on.
this week.
Oh wait, that was episode 8. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dummy.
We'll do a recap of that
Oh,
soon.
we would be that is coming soon. I've got a couple friends that want to call in. Shout out to B Man, shout out to CV. And we will try to get them in and get a full because they have read the full story.
Same
So
here.
like,
I'm staring at all of
yeah,
them right here.
yeah. So getting the people who have read the story and know what's coming and talk about what's going to happen, what's changes. That's what we're going to talk about. Because season 4 was great. Oh my god, so amazing.
Absolutely. It was one of the best seasons,
Um,
honestly.
yeah. So
And
net
then Daredevil's still going right now. We'll talk about
I
that
think,
when it
we got
ends.
what two more episodes for that. I
I
think.
gotta look. I forget.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 more
I'm just
episodes.
so many. I will say I'm pissed off. I'm trying to avoid it as best as I can, but there are so
Uh-huh.
many season 3 set photos that are just spoiling
Yeah,
everything, and
I
I'm
know.
avoiding it as best I can.
It's Defenders reunion. That's all I'll say. Um, but we
But
also
my final things, what I'll say is shout out Johnny Ruckus, ruckustees.com. I know this one was limited edition, but love his stuff. Huge supporter of the Tennessee Ghostbusters, as well
yeah,
as just all nerdy things. I'll hopefully I get to meet him at Dragon Con this year. Fingers crossed if he's going. But he's a good dude. I met him recently online through Phil. So yeah, just shout out to that. And fitting, I wore the New World Order t-shirt today to stick it to the man and tell it like it is.
yeah. With that being said, guys, before we go, speaking of conventions, you can catch me coming up at GalaxyCon Nashville. I will be there with the table. Fingers
Unfortunately, I will
crossed.
not be there.
And but they can catch you at
I know I'll be at Columbia Con in 2 weeks from now, out in Columbia, Tennessee. Then I will be at Akai Con, birthday con for that boy right there.
yeah, buddy.
And then also after that, I think is MultiCon. Oh, Dragon Con I'll be at. If you're going to Dragon Con in Atlanta, follow me on Instagram. You'll see my lineup. So if you see me, let me know. I'll be handing out business cards and stuff of me. So you can follow me there too.
Can't
These
do
little
it.
guys.
Can't do it.
These
Can't,
little
can't
guys right here.
love me. Love me. Love me. I have
Oh, I
to
know. I know. It's expensive.
train. I have to. No, it's not. For me, it's not even the expensive part. For me, I have to train and condition my body just to go to Dragon Con because of the
It's a
walking,
lot.
the heat. Thank God my job now
Yeah.
has me back active outside in the heat, walking up. So by my birthday, maybe a month afterwards, I'm gonna be looking all good and sexy boy. Ooh, ooh. But
He's just a
uh,
sexy boy.
yeah. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did watch all the way through, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. Did you enjoy WrestleMania? How are you feeling about TKO? How you feeling about all the releases? We want to hear from you guys. Please leave comments on here. Please leave comments on our Instagram pages. This has been Under the Mask. I'm Shadow,
I'm casually cosplaying.
and come back next time for another peek underneath the mask. And cool. That's not the tagline I made, but I liked it.
It's